You are listening to one of the most prolific podcasts. I'm Caleb.
It's your boy DT.
And I'm Ken.
We are the Mind Report. Here to push your mind and change your thoughts.
Oh man, it's so exciting to be here. Another week with the Mind Report. It's a blessing. Like we always start every episode off with gratitude. Just to have y'all supporting us, rocking with us, listening to us weekly on what we drop and listening to what we got to say, the mindsets we have and our views and opinions on certain things, is a major blessing. Without further ado, we got an extremely special guest with us on this week's episode. Reed.
What's going on with y'all, man? It's a blessing to be here. I'm honored to be a part of this for this week.
Yes, sir.
And look, if y'all don't know about Reek, this is Reek the realest that we got in the house right now. Hey, if y'all don't know about it, hey, go and Google this man, man. Hey, legendary stuff is coming from this young man. And I feel privileged to even have him in the house tonight to even be talking with us about something which I know we all have mindset, but now we got another perspective on it.
Yes, sir.
So we gonna run it up just like that.
Just
straight
like
up.
that.
How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling decent today. I still try to recuperate from earlier, man. Getting into it, man. So like I said, I'm glad to be here. It's an honor to be here. I'm excited to see, where we go with this, the conversation, and getting everybody perspective on this. So I'm ready to rock out with y'all boys.
Yes, sir. So DT, I got a question for you, bro. What we gonna talk about today?
Man, today gonna be special. And I know this is a topic that everybody can pretty much relate to, and it's gonna be self-betrayal. Do you know the worst kind of betrayal that you can have is with yourself? Right. Because you are the most important individual in your life anyway, because it's you.
True.
So why are you keep crossing yourself out for the pleasure of others? You have to be real mindful of how you treat yourself and what you do about the things that goes on around you versus you hindering yourself. You need to be promoting yourself. Right. So the question I ask, why do we always find ourselves saying yes when we want to say no to others?
Me personally, I feel like it's conditioning. Like when we was brought up, we was raised to think that telling people no or not doing what somebody else wants you to do or ask of you is like a form of selfishness. And so like I always tell myself I had to break myself out of that cycle. And like I had to tell myself that it's nothing wrong with telling no. Like I'm exercising my right of saying no. And if I ever tell you no and it causes you to feel some type of way, then you just not meant to be around me, because you ought to respect me enough to understand that I just genuinely don't want to do it. It's no pressure, it's no hard feelings. I just simply don't want to do it.
Exactly.
I think a lot of people have some emotional tied to you saying no.
Yeah.
True.
So they feel like the easy exit way out is just for me to say yes, but you compromise what you wanted to do.
Right.
And I think I was talking about this today on my video, and I was just basically saying, by you saying yes to somebody and it's not contributing to your goals and wherever you're going, you heading for a path of destruction. It's knocking you off from the direction that you really need to be going in. Yeah. And if the direction that you're going in don't fit whatever it is that they asking you to do, you don't need to be doing it anyway. You need to basically be getting those individuals away from around you, because it's not helping you get to where you need to go. It's helping you stay exactly where you at right now.
Right. True. I personally feel like the self-betrayal with saying yes to things we want to say no to is basically to avoid, some people do it to avoid conflict for real. So like, suppose, somebody asks you to do something, man, you might not really want to do it, but it may sit in the back of your mind like, maybe dang, I should have did that, or the feeling of how others may feel about you saying no.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, you got to really be a strong-minded individual to learn that word no. So I'm getting more into that, and I guess you could call it the selfish phase, but I wouldn't say selfish. I think it's called like selfless, if I'm saying it right.
I say selfish, because you got to be selfish with yourself at times.
True. You're right.
Don't spread yourself thin. I'm only one person.
Right. And it's more so what like you say, it's like a balance with things too. Like Ken was saying, we so conditioned to saying yeah to everything that we don't exercise that word no enough. And I think you will know when the time is right to say yeah, when the time right to say no. And you just can't get submerged in other people's stuff. If you can't do it, you just can't beat yourself up to be able to do it. So self is first before anything.
I feel like it's nothing wrong with being selfish. I feel like people they put a negative connotation on that word. Like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not being selfish. It's just I don't want to do it. It's nothing wrong with me saying no. I feel like people got to get in that, like Tyreek said, a mentally strong person in order to tell somebody no. Like, if I say no, like how they gonna feel, like Reed said, is how they gonna look at me. You gotta be able to cancel all that out. You got to be like mentally in the phase where you just don't care. Like you really don't give a fuck how nobody feel about whatever it is y'all got going on.
True story.
And I think like with us saying yes, you setting yourself up for like disappointment. Because just say for instance, if you ask somebody else, will they do this for you? You putting yourself in a position for disappointment. So which means you already set that appointment for yourself.
Right.
Yeah. By you sitting up here saying, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, can you do this? Nah, if you saying no, you cut that short. Right. So I think a lot of people need to get away from the emotion of keep saying yes and get to you just basically saying no. Because I know a lot of people ask me to do a lot of things and I just tell them like no off the muscle. So I was like, hey, I ain't gonna be able to do it because I hate lying to somebody and saying that I'm gonna do it. Like I was just saying, and then we was talking earlier, I'm a big Scarface fan. So like he said, only thing I have is my balls and my words and I don't break them for nobody. And that's how I feel with anybody. So if you ask me to do something, I'm going to give you an honest opinion. Yeah, I'm going to check my schedule and see is it possible for me to do it. But if it's not possible for me to do it, I'm just going to say no.
True story.
It might hurt you, but I'd rather hurt you now than to disappoint you later.
Set yourself up for something that you know you can't do.
Yeah. Don't sign an agreement about a contract that you can't uphold.
You know you ain't gonna fulfill.
Because now you breaching your contract. And when you breach your contract, guess what? It comes with a lot of consequences.
Out of there. Save time.
Out of there.
Save time. Just say no.
Just
say no.
Nah, big dog. Ain't gonna be able to do it.
I can't do that today, dog.
Yes, sir, I can't do that.
I feel like another form of self-betrayal is putting the needs of others before your own.
That's a big one.
You got to be so fucked up about yourself to the point where it's like everything you do is bettering you as an individual. I'm not worried about the needs of you. I'm not worried about the needs of nobody else simply because I can only really care about mine. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to get to this next place, I got to be able to sit back and reflect on what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be able to put my needs first in order for me to elevate in life. Like if you ever take a flight, they're going to tell you to put your mask on first, then put the mask on the kid or whoever you came with.
Make sure you good first.
Right, exactly.
They definitely say that.
Y'all definitely fucked up. But it's the truth. Like, I can't save you if I put your needs first. I could put my needs first, get myself together, and then lend out a hand and help you. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like you just got to be selfish, man. Yeah. And because it's you.
You're right. I just feel like the world should definitely embrace being selfish instead of looking at it as it's a bad thing. Mm-hmm. Because if you can't really like do for yourself, you can't help nobody else.
Right.
So you got to make sure you prepare 100% before you go and help somebody else. So like you were saying back to you tell people no out the muscle because you know that you don't want to set nobody up for a lot that you would tell because you don't like breaking your bond or your word.
Yeah.
That's respect. So it all started in with self.
Yeah.
And being able to help the next person. And people got to see it like that. Like it's a two-way, I got to see it both ways.
And then with your needs, people must understand with your needs, that means it's your goals, your ambitions, your drive, whatever it is. Your needs require you to be needy.
Right.
Who you are being needed with is yourself. True. Because you know exactly where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and what type of success you want to have. See, a lot of people, how they get caught up in betraying themselves is they don't know where they want. If you don't know what you want, then what you going for?
Right.
You're just going to be stagnant. And see, a lot of people being stagnant with their self, and that's how you end up crossing yourself out. I could never cross myself out.
True story.
Because I'm real confident in where I'm going, what I want to achieve. And there is no possible way that I can even get caught up with it if I know that my needs are more important. I ain't gonna say it's more important than your needs because that do sound selfish though when you see it though. But I know what I need to get to the next level. True. And if you know what you need to get to the next level, then why are you not doing it? Yeah, I mean, you have people, you might have a spouse or something. So yeah, my wife, her needs kind of come before mine sometimes. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we all aligning with each other. And I feel like that's even with the people in your environment. Everybody should be in alignment.
Facts.
That's just like a pack of wolves. You don't know who the leader is because everybody in the line, we all on attack.
Right.
So that's how I feel like your environment and the people that's around you, just how I was talking about goals. If everybody had the same goals, then everybody had the same movement that's actually going towards the goal. We all in savage mode.
Right.
It's nobody lacking.
Facts.
So if you're talking about putting people's needs before yours, just make sure their needs is aligned with your needs. So it's not like you put somebody before you. Everybody is on the same level and everybody at the table eating versus somebody starving.
Facts. Right. It all help each other out. It should all align for real. So with me helping you, it should all be like, I'm not gonna say it kind of gonna sound selfish to say if I'm helping you, it should help me, but it should all fall back into that. With me helping you, it could be helping me at the same time.
Everybody's supposed to have a benefit. If
Facts.
I'm talking to you, it's supposed to be some type of benefit from the conversation that we having.
True.
If I'm talking to you, Ken, it's supposed to be some type of benefit. Like I always tell you, you give value to everybody that you speak to.
Facts.
Because value is gonna value you.
Facts.
Now, if you ain't giving no type of value, the conversation that y'all having, it's kind of like devaluing your value.
True.
So that's why I said value. If you talking to somebody, it's supposed to be a benefit. If you in cahoots with somebody, as the old people say. But if you're in the same environment around somebody, everybody should be benefiting off somebody.
Right.
Like I might not know something, Ken might know something. I might not know something, and then Reek might know something. Vice versa with all of us.
Right.
Everybody should be in a learning environment because the people around you going to be the biggest teachers.
True.
In life.
Yeah.
But life gonna hit you hard. But the people around you can kind of adjust. Yeah. It's gonna be okay, brother. It's gonna be okay. And that's how it should be.
Right.
It should be no different.
Yeah.
So compromising your values to keep others comfortable. With that, I say, if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna compromise your own value to keep other people comfortable, I just feel like there'll never be no growth within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you will never think for self. Because I mean, if you put in how you personally feel, things that can help you aside to make somebody else feel good, you only adding to them. You only benefiting them. So you being more so of a asset to them and just like a liability to yourself for real. So
I like that.
Yeah.
nah, for real. So
And look, something just came to me when you were saying that. So growth come with promise, not compromise.
yeah, that's
That's a bar.
Straight up.
So in order for you to grow, you have to know that it's going to be a process.
Right.
So in that process, you can't compromise, say, well, you know what, I'm going to take a detour over here just because XYZ feel this way about it. No, if you feel a way about something, you stand on it with all 10. There's no backing down.
Straight up.
I should never have to compromise how I feel or what I want to say just to put your feelings up. Because at the moment of you moving further, whether it be business, relationships, et cetera, however you want to see it, you should never put yourself in a position to get hurt by the situation, the business deal, or whatever it is. You should always be upfront. If we doing business with each other, we face to face, which means we one up on each other.
Fact.
So I'm with you.
Yeah.
If we in a relationship, same thing. Whether it be friendship, relationship, or whatever it is, we here with each other. So we have to have these tough conversations with each other. If you already had a tough conversation with each other, then it's kind of like, it ain't no feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
Because everything that we talk about is to the point where you feeling uncomfortable. Because when you uncomfortable, that's when growth comes.
Facts.
So if you uncomfortable, now we not compromising anything because everything is out there on the table. Right. And once everything got there on the table, now we can kind of hash it out from there versus me sitting up here hiding whatever I want to say and how I feel, and you hiding whatever you say and what you want to feel. It's like, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm no fortune teller. Right. I don't know what's going on through your head or how you feel. Right. So you have to be able to communicate with me. And I think that's the biggest hindrance of what's going on in the world right now. True People are unable to communicate.
Yes, that's true.
And I'm going to tell you, text messages is not communicating.
And that's true too.
We have to be face to face or we have to be talking. Because a lot of things get misinterpreted by miscommunication. Right. And notice it said miscommunication. You missed something in the point of you communicating. So that's why it's some type of miscommunication going or disconnect. Yeah. We have to be able to talk to each other. Right. No matter how uncomfortable the situation is. If you my dog, I say you my dog.
Straight up.
And we going to have these conversations. If you my gal, I'm going to say you my gal. And we going to have any type of conversation. Right. There should be no, I'm finna, I ain't going to talk about that because I think they going to feel this type of way. Who cares?
Right. True story.
It's time to put it out there. Yeah. Where how that song go? Everything's out in the open. Yeah.
Which one that would be?
That's old school. That's old school. Everything's out in the open. There's no reason to hide.
True. Yeah. That's the only way growth and things gonna happen like that. You're gonna learn from what's going on and situations and how people really feel. Because I feel like they're like compromising, like it was saying, to accommodate others or to keep them comfortable. just the spell their feelings rather. I mean, it's a way you go about things, but at the same time, if it's something that, you know, go against your values or your beliefs or your morals, or even, you know, not hindering you from prospering or succeeding for real, like you really got to take that step to communicate. You know what I'm saying? It'd be so much more respected to say how you feel or say what's going on versus letting it prolong over time, man. Things may get out of hand or things just may break off, or it just could have been worth saying something about. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely believe that communication.
And I want everybody
key.
to pay attention to this. And I'm happy he said that. So morals and values, they're not supposed to be bent. They're supposed to be built.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
if you bending it, it's something wrong with your character.
True story.
If something wrong with your character, guess what? It's something wrong with you because you're a messed up individual.
Facts.
If you find somebody with no morals and no value, their character is going to be tarnished.
Facts.
By default, because you don't have nothing that you standing on. If you don't have nothing that you standing on, guess what? You'll fall for anything.
Facts. Stand for nothing. Fall
So
for
don't bend, don't fold, just stand.
Yeah. 10 toes for real though.
Solid.
Yes, sir.
Solid.
For real.
So to add to what DT said is don't put yourself in a position to get hurt. I see that shit happen so many times. I'm gonna tell y'all something about me. I pay attention. Anybody who know me will tell you, like, the first time meet me, I was quiet as hell.
As
and
hell.
that's just the observing side of me. I got to be able to sit back and watch whoever it is and however they moving to see if I want to proceed with a relationship with that person. And so within that, I pay attention with it. Within me paying attention, I pay attention to red flags as well.
Facts.
So whenever I see a red flag, I'm going with my intuition, like, okay, that's some shit I know I don't like. So I'm just cut this shit off right now. Because if I don't cut it off and it's going against what the fuck I stand on, like later on down the road, I'm going to be pissed off at myself because it's eventually going to come back up. And I'm going to be like, well, goddamn, Ken, like,
What the hell you doing?
right, like, you seen this come. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like for other people to be able to tell me, like, bro, I told you so. I really don't like myself to be able to tell me, like, bro, I told you so. Like, I went against my own intuition. It's one thing to go against somebody else, but to go against your own, like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Facts. And like DT was saying, and Reek was saying, communication is key. Like, I feel like society is like telling us not to speak up on emotion.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that make you weaker, that make you less of a man if you speak up on how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the case. Like, if I communicate with you on how I feel, it's because I actually give a fuck.
Facts.
And I know, you know what I'm saying? I know how to be a healthy ass individual. Because me holding shit in, the bottle ain't gonna do nothing but explode once it get too much pressure.
If it gets shook up too much, it's gonna explode.
Exactly.
And we ain't talking about a science project.
And so before we get there, I'm gonna go ahead and do the proper steps so we won't get there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to learn how to communicate, state what it is. A lot of relationships, business relationships, intimate friendships, all that shit, they'll work so smoothly if you learn how to communicate.
True story.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times when you communicate with people, you may not know, like, y'all actually be having similar shit in common.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Facts, though.
a lot of stuff would be able to be, like, smoother if you just learn to sit down and open your mouth. And if something is bothering you, like, never feel bad about standing on that shit and, like, speaking up on it. One thing about me, if something bothers me, I'm gonna tell you.
Facts.
If I give a fuck, I'm gonna tell you. Now, if you just somebody I don't give a fuck about, like, it's just, hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna cut your ass off. Never speak to you
Move
again.
accordingly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. But if I give a fuck and I'm opening up to you, don't ever let people make you think that you less of a man because you expressing how you feel.
I feel like it'll honestly be more smoother if folks really tell how they felt for real.
Right.
Like in the daytime, showing any emotion, they look at it as weak, but I look at it as like really mature for real. Cause shit, if you could be a man and say how you feel and stand on how you feel and express that, cause like you really up one than the rest of society. Cause shit, cause they gonna sit there and hold it in and just act like moving quick. Man, I don't want to talk. Man, you know, push it to the side for real. But you can stand up and face that and say what you got to say. Avoid stuff because they don't like confrontation for real. That's another thing. Like, folks don't know how to respond to conflict or confrontation. Even when you come to them on some humble or chill stuff, like you could just present something, and if it trigger them, then they gonna react. And as an example of that, I ain't even gonna cap. I'm good at communicating, but I also have my ways too. When I ain't gonna say I avoid problems. But if I already mentally handled it or I already know what I'm finna do, then I just feel like, okay, there's nothing to talk about with it. That ain't me avoiding it. That's just me already knowing what I'm on. That's just like, I don't want to, it's nothing to talk about if I know I'm taking the proper steps to do what I got to do for real. So it be a difference with how you go about doing it and how it is for real. But like I said, if you can accept what's going on, then that just make you, more different than the rest of society. So
not a
But what a lot of people need to understand is it's funny that y'all both said that is we talking about boundaries.
Yeah.
And I always say that boundaries are pretty much the guideline to either your construction or your destruction.
Facts.
So if you don't set any boundaries from the beginning, then it's going to destruct you over time because a lot of people just going to be like stepping over whatever you didn't put in place.
Facts.
And if you set boundaries, then it's like, okay, now we have something to respect. And I think that a lack of boundaries is basically invites a lack of disrespect.
True story, though.
Because if you don't have anything in place, guess what? I don't have nothing to respect.
Exactly.
So if you don't have nothing to respect, then you compromising your values.
Facts.
And I think boundaries are set in place because of the values and morals that you have in place. If you don't set boundaries, then it's gonna get X'd out every single time.
Facts.
So that's what I mean by you have to be able to set boundaries. Because you set boundaries, then I know what I have in place.
Exactly.
But if there's no boundaries set in place, how you know what line to cross and what line not to cross?
Facts, until the last minute.
If you playing jump rope right now, you jumping over and you jumping across.
Facts.
And if they keep breaking it, then it's like you have nothing to respect. Like I said, if you don't set boundaries, that's basically like a sign of no respect for yourself. Right. You setting yourself up for being disrespected.
I learned that the hard way. With boundaries itself, like I'm not gonna lie, a couple years ago when I actually started doing business ventures for real, I was young, maybe like 19, 20 for real is when I started seeing the business side of even with the music or anything business related. And
matter of fact, on top of that, I don't mean to cut you off, Reek. Y'all go and follow this man right now at Reek the Realist on Instagram.
Straight up,
the rawest man that I'd have ever seen touch the mic. So if you not follow him, I don't know what you're doing right now. Stop this podcast right now and go and follow him on IG.
That's REK.
Yeah, go ahead.
DAREALIST. Reek the Realist.
Reek the Realist.
Yes, sir.
He'll chop it up for you real quick. How they say I'm gonna break this thing down like a chicken wing. And he is gonna break this thing down. But go ahead, Reek. My bad. I just had to throw it in there.
Good, man. That's all love. I was just basically saying when I started, I was more so seeing things. I didn't set the proper boundaries like on a serious note because I seen everything as for the fun side of it for real. I was taking it serious. I was all for it on all the lives, the good vibes and stuff like that. But I wasn't seeing that others was ahead of me thinking business or the ways they could have been coming about could have been like it could have sounded good, but was their intent good for real? And I ain't set those boundaries of, all right, it's all fun and laughs and it's all, we doing this for the fun and everything like that. But at the same time, I could get on the business type time with you and I could stand in that pain with you as well. Right. So it kind of, it showed me over time, and I'm glad I learned it young or whatnot, because now I know what to expect with business and stuff now. But with those boundaries, man, it just showed me, bro, even people that you're close with or cool with for real, step over boundaries when different things come into play, because you know what I'm saying, you ain't set none. They don't know how far not to go, or they don't know what not to do or things like that. So like you said, I think ahead of time it's better to already be ahead of it. And with me trying to save everybody, another thing, saving folks' feelings and emotions and trying not to step on toes and, y'all, this for all of us, and not thinking even things I personally created and brought my friends and stuff along with and put them in a situation to help and contribute to it. I didn't set those boundaries of, okay, y'all, we good, we family, we gonna all eat together. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to call certain shots, because since I didn't do that, I left it for them to do. And they let somebody else do it. So now I got 2, 3, 4, 5 people over me now. And it's something that we, I done started and put everybody in, on with me for the fun of it. But it just showed me like you no matter who it is, don't try to spare no feelings for real. Like I said, know how to go about it, but you got to set those boundaries. Like bro was saying though, you definitely do.
And it's crazy that he just said something about intention. So intention creates boundaries.
Facts.
If I know your intentions, then I know what boundaries that we need to be going by.
True story.
So that's whether it be any type of relationship that you in, you have to have some type of intention for the relationship. Once you got your intention set in place, then comes the boundary.
Facts.
Because I know not to play that type of way with you, or I know not to do this because I know it'll hurt you in the long run. Yeah. So with intention, it creates boundaries.
I think boundaries also when you have boundaries, it's important that you communicate it.
Yeah.
Like you can't expect for a person to already know coming into a situation. Like me, that was my biggest downfall. I could think you know better than that, but I can't like hold it against you because I ain't really communicated. Right. So it's important that you set boundaries in place, and when you set them boundaries in place, communicate them. Because like if a person don't know how you come and what you expect, like they said, intention, like if a person don't know your intention and what we working towards, it's no foundation within what y'all building.
Facts.
And so if it ain't no foundation in this situation we got going on, eventually this shit gonna crumble.
True story.
And so that's like, that ties into communication. Like that's just something you going into any relationship, business, intimate, all that shit. Like it's important that you sit down and, like DT said, have those important ass conversations, them hard ass conversations that you really be avoiding. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm gonna say this up front now, so later on down the road we don't have no confusion, no nothing.
Facts.
We all on one accord.
Facts.
So when you go against this boundary that it communicated to your ass, like you already know it's done for. Yeah. So I don't need you talking about, well, I didn't know, or you ain't you knew and you still decided to go against them motherfuckers. Yes, so I gotta handle your ass accordingly.
Straight up. And that's how it's supposed to be. For real.
Look, and it was something that you just said. So expression, it eliminates strongholds. So if I'm expressing something to you, if it's something that's between me and you that got us in the friends or just got us hung up, then if I'm expressing it to you, you already know. So there's no hold on anybody. So we know which way to go about it, and we know how to move on it. Right. But if I never express that to you, how can I hold it against you? Right. So if I express it to you, there's no hold on what's going on. The only hold up is you misinterpreted what I was saying, but then that also comes with communication. Right. True. Because now we can get some type of clarity between what was said and what's going on in order to keep this boundary and not break that boundary. Because once you break boundaries, then it's pretty much the end. You savaging a relationship.
Right. Facts.
And I'd rather not salvage it. So
rather say what's going on. That's true. Definitely learned that through experience, man.
So I kind of feel like when you do things, you don't need to be doing them to feel loved or wanted. Right. When I do something, I don't do it just to say, you know what, I think this would be good. No, I'm doing it just to be doing it. I'm not doing it just to feel some type of connection with you or just say, yeah, I feel like I want to be wanted by this person. I feel like I want to be loved around this person. Yeah. How Ken be saying, Ken has said this plenty of times. If you're doing anything just to fit in with an individual or a group, that's a sign of weakness.
Facts.
Because you're not moving as an individual. Right. You trying to move as a group.
Yeah.
You your own individual person. Yeah. You know you personally. Facts. So why am I risking my personal just to be in your group?
Right. Yeah. That's true though.
Yeah.
I really feel like I feel like honestly too, to be able to be a part of a group or something, or to be a part of a solid group, everybody got to have that time where they actually know they self for real, and actually like self-reflected and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have it at different points in life. I feel like I really just started coming out of mine, you feel me? Because I had to really sit down and reflect for a while, just me. Thinking about everything was next, and you know, when you got that confidence, you step with that confidence, and you content with who you is, and you know what's going on. It's like you step different, and then you can step better with the group because you know how to, for one, stand for you. So you will know how to stand for the next person and be loyal to not only yourself but those around you for real. So it start with you for real though.
And I just like how he broke that down. So that's just like sports. I don't know whoever listened to this. I don't know if you play sports or not, but that's just like sports. And let's just say a basketball team. Yeah. There is no way if you a center, you're not supposed to be running point guard. Everybody had their position.
Facts.
And when we talk about position, whether you're a point guard, shooting guard, a power forward, you know, anything in a team, it's guidelines to that. So you know exactly what you're getting in the game to do. And when you have the right type of environment around you, everybody know their role because they know they self individually.
Right.
You know your strengths and you know your weaknesses. Right. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses just like you do.
Right.
So everybody should be moving in tandem and playing with each other just to accomplish one thing.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing it, then that means pretty much we don't know what's going on.
Right. Facts.
That's a characteristic of a lame ass person, dog. I'm be honest with you.
I believe he was waiting to say that.
I had that on my chest, dog. That's a characteristic of a lame individual. Like you will really go against you to fit in with the next person.
Fact. That's society nowadays, though, bro. So you're right.
Yeah, like that's like common nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was raised hey, if it don't feel right, say no.
Facts.
Right.
Don't fold under peer pressure. Like, listen, you do your own thing or your own way. Don't follow the masses, because 9 times out of 10, if everybody doing it, that shit ain't right.
Facts.
Yeah.
That shit ain't gonna add up. I could be in a room full of people and the person tell a joke, everybody laugh. If that shit not funny to me, I'm not laughing.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm not
Ken
trying
not looking around
like I'm sitting there looking at like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, that's just me. Like Reed said, I'm just content with self.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to fit in no damn crowd to feel better. I love myself. I'm not looking for that shit from nowhere else, because I got it within me.
Straight up.
If you looking for love from the outside, you gonna always be able to look for it. You gonna always have to look for that shit, because when you getting it from elsewhere, it's easy for a person to take it away.
Facts.
So when they taking it away, you like moving from that situation to go find it somewhere else. When if you got it within you, you ain't got to go nowhere.
And if it's on the outside of you, you gonna always be chasing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Think about everything that you want on the outside of you, always chasing, whether it be money,
Right.
clothes, etc., etc. You always chasing it.
Facts.
But if it's something on the inside of you, I got self-love. I don't need to be searching nowhere else for that, because it's inside of me.
Yeah.
Self-discipline.
Right.
I don't need to be looking for discipline on the outside of me. It's
it
in
within.
self.
Facts.
Your mindset. Why you sitting up here getting yourself so caught up on what's going on the outside? But if you keep your mindset right on the inside, what's on the outside don't even matter. Notice that Ken was just talking about self. Everything that we talking about is self. This is a self-development podcast.
Facts.
This is essentials for you to develop yourself. Once you develop yourself, guess what? It's you against the world.
True story.
Can't nobody else beat you.
Facts. That's true. I'm glad you said that though. Like going back into like being content with self and everything. It's like you can literally step in a room. Like far as myself, I literally go, bro. I'm talking about to a sold out concert by myself. Only because of the simple fact that I know like it could be 20,000 people there and just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, it's different groups of people. Not everybody there together, but still, like, I'm content with me. I move and you know what I'm saying? I'm so focused on what I got going on that I know that I can get to the outside world and still adjust. You know what I'm saying? And adapt. And I think, honestly, them the people that's the most respected, believe it or not, because people may not acknowledge it, but they definitely notice, oh, if this person can move by themselves, it's a lot they see within themselves that you got to respect, because it's something that's within them and that's in them, not just on them, that they can do that. Yeah. It's crazy, bro. Not everybody can do that. And I'm really just learning that. Like, I know people who I used to kick it with, or, you know what I'm saying, maybe still cool with that. They don't know how to be alone. Like, it probably just bothered them to sit in a room by themselves for real. Like,
well, you touch a can.
You know, I'm finna, man, listen.
Look, he like, right.
Cause definitely understand, like, that's a relatable thing I can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of even knowing a lot of people or whatnot, like, at the end of the day, bro, like, it started with self. Mm-hmm. If self couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need people for certain things in life. But I feel like if you, like I said, content with yourself, keep God first, the right things will fall in play.
But did you not know you came in the world by yourself?
Exactly.
Everything else around you is just resources.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm supposed to use it.
Yeah.
It don't supposed to become a part of me. I just supposed to use it.
Facts.
Right. My mom used to tell me that all the time. You came here by yourself, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to leave alone, too.
Fact. I like that you had said that, too, bro. Even with the resources thing. Yeah. And what bro was saying, like, you come in this world alone, 9 times out of 10, you're going to leave alone. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to still answer when you leave to whatever after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can answer it for you. Nobody can answer for your mama, daddy, nobody. You got to answer for you and your own actions. So
you accountable for you.
Exactly. Exactly. So the quicker you learn that, man, you can't get disappointed by the outside world.
And look, self-accountability.
Self-accountability.
Notice everything say self-accountability. But look, if you listen to this right now, go and check out the Mind Report podcast, available everywhere that you can find, that you can possibly find this podcast. What I want you to do for me right now is go and rate, review, and share this podcast with somebody else so it can get to somebody else. And the only how this can positively get out to everybody else is if you share this podcast. So stop what you're doing, rate, review, and share this podcast. But we're going to jump right back into this thing. I just had to hit y'all with it.
Straight up.
Real quick.
Straight up. Let them know.
Right. Listen, being by yourself is a superpower. Like Reed said, not too many people have it. I would travel by my damn self. I would rent me a car, drive me 6 hours by my damn self.
Who you telling?
I would go to the movies by myself, go out to eat by myself. I'm going to tell y'all, a lot of people go crazy being by themselves, being trapped by it. Like quarantine, a lot of motherfuckers going crazy. Having to sit there, like, listen, having to sit there and deal with your thoughts that you don't even know how to control, deal with your emotions that you ain't got no control over. People go crazy. Like, when you able to move by yourself, that's a superpower. You could walk in the room by your damn self, and that shit speaks volumes before you ever open your mouth.
True story.
Now, if you walk in a room full of people, that's just like everybody just grouped into one.
Nobody know the leader.
Right. When you walk in the room by yourself, it's you and only you.
Facts.
Like, this person Ken known for doing this.
Yeah.
You know, it's DT known for doing this. Reek known for doing this. This is what it is. He ain't with nobody. It ain't like that group of boys right there about trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's Ken known for doing this. Reek know. So it's just like, you know, being by yourself, ain't shit wrong with it.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. A lot of people need to be around a crowd to feel alive. Like, I just feel like I'm content with who the fuck I am. Like, why the fuck do I need to be? Ken is the only motherfucker I need to be grouped up with.
True story.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I know me best. Like, and that's just what it is. I ain't gotta adjust. I ain't gotta move. I know who I am, and I can comfortably be me with me. So if I'm comfortable with being by myself, I don't need to go out and look for comfort within anybody else, because I got it within me.
Facts.
That is facts.
That is, bro.
If y'all did not hear this man, y'all need to play it back. That is facts. Look, play that back, because I think that everybody just need to be more focused on getting self-love from yourself. Tap into that, and then on top of that, once you tapping into it, you must understand that the only person that need to be wanted is you. You need to want yourself to do better. You need to want yourself to become a better version of yourself. And the only how you can do that is, guess what? You need to invest time in getting to know self.
Facts.
So whatever problems you having in your life is self-inflicted.
True.
Mm-hmm. There is nothing else on the outside that's making you feel this type of way or do the type of things that you're doing. Right. It always involves self.
Facts.
So you need to work on yourself personally, and you need to work on yourself carefully.
Right. So hopefully we added some type of value to your mind, so you can go out and check your thoughts. Follow us on Instagram at The Mind Report. Also stream us however, and when I say however you want to, at www.themindreportpodcast.com. I'm your host, Ken.
I'm DT.
And we got our special host in the building tonight,
Rico, known as Rick the Realest Man.
Yes, sir.
And we are The Mind Report, and we are out.
If you enjoyed this podcast episode, make sure you share it with someone else.
And be on the lookout for new episodes. And make sure you subscribe now.
This is The Mind Report.
And we are out.